Hey guys, Cian here from Marino Fit Camp. I'm super excited to be presenting this video for you Inner Circle Ninjas. Bit of word of a warning here, I'm a little bit sick, so please bear with me. And if you do follow this advice, you will probably change your life and look a lot sexier, okay? Results guaranteed, right? So, what's the deal? This is basically based on my principles, okay? I've read a lot of books, read a lot of blogs, written a lot of articles, attended seminars, been coached by a lot of pretty influential people in this area. So I've come up with my own maximum fat loss formula, okay? And this guy is probably the best thing to be following if you're looking to blowtorch body fat, double your energy levels, and look and feel amazing, which truth be told, not a lot of people can get these days. They're wasting a lot of money on gym memberships and even PTs who are robbing people's money and not showing them the proper way about going about things, okay? So that's my maximum fat loss formula. Pretty amazing, very simple, but it's not easy, okay? But if you do follow it, guys, you're pretty much set for life, okay? The plan is basically built around nutrient dense food, okay? So people crave all the time because they have a pretty poor diet, a lot of stress, bosses shouting in the ear, mortgage, kids, pretty poor sleep, okay? So that's going to increase the nutritional status of somebody's body, so meaning your nutrients, you crave a lot more of them, okay? So by eating poor foods, you're actually taking more nutrition out of your body as well, okay? So cravings is actually your body looking for more nutrients from food, okay? And people are kind of eating foods that aren't really foods these days. We want to flood the body with nutrients. That's why eating real food, stuff that grows on the ground, grows on the tree, if it flies, walks on 2 legs, 4 legs, is pretty much good for you. If you can't kill it, don't eat it, basically, guys. If it doesn't rot, that's another good thing as well, okay? The stuff that's on supermarket aisles are there for pretty much months and months, and that's the food that people are pretty much eating, okay? And that's why people feel like crap. My plan is also based around anti-inflammatory foods, okay? Inflammation is a big thing these days. So body fat is a lot higher in people. Diabetes is a lot more common. 1 in 4 Irish toddlers are overweight, which is something that's not to be proud of in Ireland, especially with myself having kids as well. So all the parents out there, we got to lead by example, guys, okay? And that's by stocking the house with lots of fruit, lots of vegetables, good sources of protein, and the body will start to look different, feel different, and get a lot healthier for the long term, okay? Anti-inflammatory foods is pretty much anything that is good for you, okay? So it's pretty much fish, berries, all the superfoods. Turmeric is very good for inflammation, so people who have a lot of joint pain or have trouble burning body fat or have a lot of weight to lose, they would be more inflamed than somebody who would be 10% body fat like myself, okay? So it's just about playing around with real foods, okay? Complete protein is another thing. No, you're not going to bulk up like the Incredible Hulk eating steak. You do need small amounts of it in your diet, okay? So protein is Latin for of first importance. Got to get it into you, guys. It's going to fill you up a lot more than just having carbs by themselves, which tend to spike blood sugars too quickly and you get hungry 5 minutes later pretty much. So balancing your meals with a complete source of protein and lots of nutrient dense fruit and vegetables is the right way to go, alright? Banned foods, sugar, okay? I won't spend too long on that topic. It makes you fat pretty much, okay? I don't know anyone who's on a high sugar diet that is not feeling like crap, has poor sleep, lots of body fat around the stomach and the hips, okay? Sugar is in everything pretty much these days. If you get rid of it, you'll feel a lot better and you will look a lot better in the long term, okay? Dairy is the next thing. I keep away from dairy, guys, because it's pasteurized. It's not something you want to be eating, especially milk these days. It's boiled sugar, and that's not something you want to be putting in your body, especially because people have a lot of IBS these days, okay? And that's because people aren't eating real food. Dairy is highly processed. A lot of people would argue, well, where am I supposed to get my calcium from? Vegetables is probably the best thing there, alright? So things like broccoli, watercress, spinach, asparagus will probably have more magnesium and calcium in it than milk. Plus your body can't even absorb the calcium or magnesium in milk as well because it's pasteurized. So yeah, keep away from it. Booze, just the same as sugar, guys. This is going to make you fat. Keep away from that. Plus, even if you have only a few glasses or a few pints during the week, you're going to stop fat burning for about 3 days. So there goes your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday workout thrown out the window. Wheat and gluten, that's a big thing these days. It's probably why a lot of people have wheat bellies these days, okay? A lot of clients would probably have low-fat Sambos for lunch and for dinner, knowing a lot of people because they can't cook. Wheat is very inflammatory, okay? So if you have diabetes or you're overweight, you would want to be on an anti-inflammation diet, okay? Which is something that I recommend in my maximum fat loss formula, okay? Wheat and gluten, don't forget gluten is the Latin for glue. So it's basically going to swell up once you take it into your body. It's going to expand. It's going to make you feel like crap. You're going to look like you've just eaten a beach ball for breakfast, and that's not the look you guys want to go for. Alright, processed crap, pretty obvious there. Anything in the supermarket aisle, you want to keep away from that stuff. If it's made in a plant, don't eat it. If it rots, it's probably the best thing for you. No processed food in my food plan, guys. You probably feel like this guy here. I don't even know what the hell he is. I think he's a jellyfish or some kind of fish. Probably about 99% of you walk around feeling like this person here, okay? My job is to make you feel happy. Carbs aren't bad. Having too much of them at the wrong time is probably the worst thing for you. If you're working 9 to 5, sitting at an office chair, that's probably the worst diet to be having, okay? If you're an athlete that's training 2 to 3 times a day, best thing to be having are carbohydrates in your diet. They are energy dense. They don't have a lot of nutrition in them. Fruit and vegetables would be a better source of carbohydrates. I wouldn't recommend a low carb or an Atkins diet, but I would recommend a lower carbohydrate diet to what most people do tend to eat. Most Irish people tend to eat too much bread and pasta anyway, so timing, first thing in the morning is probably the best time to have carbs, just because you're more insulin sensitive. Glycogen stores are lowest when you wake up first thing in the morning, so having your fruit omelette or your porridge with some coconut milk and some fresh berries with a little bit of manuka honey would be a good thing to have, or after your workout. Taking your carbs after your workout, your body's going to absorb them a lot better. If you don't work out at all, I wouldn't have carbs that day at all, okay? Types, you want to be looking at sweet potatoes, fruit, vegetables, quinoa, basmati rice. You want to keep away from bread. Pasta tends to bloat people a lot more. Rice is a lot better for people. Quinoa is probably the best thing to have. Last thing I'd say, you got to earn your carbohydrates. So if you're clinically obese or overweight, carbohydrates probably got you into the problem that you're in now. So I would keep away from them. The leaner you get, the more carbohydrates you can have. So if you just look at your athletes on the Olympics and stuff like that, they would tend to have more carbohydrates, okay? If you're sitting at a desk 9 to 5, I would greatly reduce your carbs, guys, okay? This is a good slide. I usually show a lot of clients this one, okay? 99% of men and women are probably in this category here. So they tend to diet, last about 2 weeks, feel okay, probably still crap though. Not a lot of people feel good on a diet, and then they tend to shoot the weight back up, and that's because they're still eating toxic food, okay? So if you put toxic food back into you, you're not getting healthy. The liver clogs up. Liver is the biggest fat burning organ in the body. If you don't give it everything it needs, the weight is going to rebound. Restricting calories, low fat diets, low carb diets, stuff like that, not really healthy. It's not really giving your body what it needs. 99% of the time people fail at diets, and that's why I don't recommend doing them. What you want to be doing is eating clean, okay? And that's the biggest thing that most people need to do. You need to eat real food. You need to get out of the mindset that you're on a diet, which is something that is only going to be lasting temporarily. And you want to shoot for eating healthy, okay? Because that's going to make you stick to the plan a lot better. Eat real food, drink plenty of water. Liver gets healthier. Body fat starts melting off at an awesome pace. And that's what we want. You can't out-train a bad diet. I haven't said this millions and millions of times to people. If I stopped eating the way I was, and if I tried to train, I would probably not feel and look as healthy as the way I am now. Okay, so 99% of gym people probably do this. They probably still have their takeaways, they still have their processed foods, still thinking they can get away with it because they've done their gym session. But from working in this industry for about 6 to 7 years, I can say with 100% certainty that most people didn't get any results at all because they just didn't change the way they ate. Okay, and that's not something you guys want to do. I like this picture here. Are you happy? Yes, no. Follow it around. So you change nothing, nothing changes, guys. So insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you fall into that category, read this picture. It's very true. This is not a diet, it's healthy eating. Okay, so we got to get out of that mindset, like I said before. This is a journey, it's not a destination. Yes, you'll fall off the bandwagon plenty of times, but you always have the next meal to pick yourself back up. Okay, most people are on a diet, they tend to give up straight away. Okay, and it's a lose-lose situation pretty much. I like this picture here. When you eat carbs, this is basically what happens. You get a huge blood sugar spike, drops straight away. So let's say you have your can of Coke or your low-fat tuna wrap or something like that at about 11 o'clock with your cigarette. Blood sugar spikes up, shoots all the way down. You get that huge rush, which most people do when they have their first meal. Drops all the way back down. You have a little chocolate bar here, a little snack bar, another wrap or something like that. The pancreas makes more insulin. Insulin spikes up to get rid of all the excess sugar. Excess sugar is stored away as triglycerides, which is in turn turned away into your hips and your tummy, your love handles, and it's going to be stored away as fat. Okay, we want to minimize insulin spiking as much as we can, guys, but most people are doing quite a lot of that just by eating processed food. If you tend to eat real food in my plan, this won't happen. Okay, this is the number one reason people get fat. So what do you eat? Okay, you got unlimited fish, chicken, turkey, beef, loads of green vegetables, because that's going to help cleanse your liver. If you've got a clogged up liver, you're not going to burn any body fat, and that's not a good thing. Good fats, yes, you do need fats to burn fat. Things like coconut oil, it's very stable. I'd use that for cooking as well. It's basically an MCT, so your body forces your body to burn the fat in coconut oil very quickly and uses your own body fat as energy. Okay, yes, there is saturated fat in it, but it's a good form of saturated fat. Olive oil is great as well. Avocados, good snacks. Nuts and seeds full of magnesium, which is good for cravings if you do crave a lot of chocolate. Small amounts of fat, guys, though you do need small amounts of it to burn body fat. If you're actually on a low fat diet, which 99% of women are, you'll probably crave a lot of sugar as well. Okay, so low fat diets are usually high in sugar, and that's not a good thing for dropping body fat or looking sexier. Okay, water is a big thing as well. The less water you drink, the more water your body retains, and you're going to look like Mr. Jelly, and that's not something that anybody wants. You don't want to look like you've just swallowed a beach ball either. So again, work up to that 3 to 4 litres of water a day. It's a big jump for most people that probably live on 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day, and they probably have about half a mug of water a day. So I'd work up to it. Yes, you'll be going to the toilet a lot more, but you're going to feel a lot better as well. Don't go overboard with the fruit. Berries are probably the best because of more vitamin C, more antioxidants in them as well. Great for boosting your immune system. The darker the skin, the better as well. Try not to snack on too much fruit, and have more vegetables as well. Most people tend to have more fruit and not enough vegetables. You're better to go around the veggie route, trust me. Supplements to take, I'd take a multivitamin, guys. If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, so don't be getting the cheap stuff in Boots. Get them in Nourish. Solgar is a good product. If you're paying cheap stuff, it's like trying to put petrol into a Ferrari. It's just not going to work. Okay. Milk Thistle is going to be great. It's going to help detoxify your liver. It's awesome for fat burning. They actually give it to recovering alcoholics to regenerate their livers. Okay, so if you've had a lot of booze or been boozing a lot, because we do live in Dublin City, get the milk thistle into you. You can get it in droplets or you can get it in tablet form, which is great. Fish oil is absolutely immense for fighting inflammation. burning body fat. It actually switches off your fat storing genes and switches on your fat burning genes. People don't eat a lot of fish, and actually the Irish and the UK are probably the highest population in Europe with depression. So your omega-3 fish oils are actually crucial for that, guys. So if you want to burn fat and actually feel happy, take your fish oil, right? Green tea, tulsi tea, chamomile tea. These are good secret weapons for actually speeding up your metabolism, burning body fat. Tulsi tea is actually great for winding down in the evening as well. It's good for if you've got high stress levels. Chamomile tea, it's great for calming the body. The hint is in the name. They actually use it for anti-anxiety drugs as well for people. Apigenin is in chamomile tea, so you won't get the side effects of the nasty drugs as well. Magnesium citrate, big thing for people who suffer from high stress levels. Secret weapon for stress. If you have a lot of chocolate cravings as a woman, which you probably would, your body's not craving chocolate, it's actually craving magnesium, which is actually in chocolate, not the dairy milk crap. I would probably go for dark chocolate, which is pretty good. It actually helps improve your sleep as well, which is a big thing. I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'll probably make a video about that for you guys. So we don't want to look like this guy anymore. Great picture though, isn't it? Just imagine you can balance a bottle on your belly like that. Mental. Yeah, we want to end up feeling like this guy in the end. So I hope you enjoyed my little chat. And if you have any questions at all, just send us a message. Check out my blog, www.healthiermarino.wordspace.com. And over and out, pretty much. Brilliant.